All right, so this is another comic review from a book sent to me by my friend Chris. Thank you as always, brother. Today we're going to be talking about Phoenix, Cosmic Ascent. This is volume 2 in the Phoenix series, part of the From the Ashes era of X-Men, which honestly has the first volume was just straight up gas. It was a epic book. It was very clear Stephanie Phillips enjoyed Dragon Ball Z, especially after that Jean versus Gore the God Butcher fight. Um, However, I am sad to learn that issue 15 will be the final issue of this comic, which I'm over here sitting here like, what? What? Now, to be fair, Phillips did say in an interview that, logically, she's hit the end of her story, um, and she was offered something else, which was Binary. So she's going to be writing the new Captain Marvel series, and we do get a bit of what her Carol's probably going to be like. So yeah, Philip, this comic apparently reached a logical end, but at the same time, I'm like, it was one of the cool X-Men books. Yeah, I really like this one. I mean, Storm, I really dig Storm, and that one has a lot of great work to it. But this was my favorite title during this new era of X-Men. Without a doubt, this was my favorite my favorite of the X-Men comics. It was without a doubt the best one, my favorite. So without further ado, let's actually talk about the comic. So the story, for those who, because it has been a while since I did a review of Volume 1, basically in Volume 1, what had happened was a classic Thor villain named Pyrrhus has been basically trying to manipulate the Cosmic Council while Jean is up in space trying to fix things. And Pyrrhus is trying to use two fronts. Basically, the fear of the Phoenix to manipulate the Cosmic Council, and also, or the Galactic Council, excuse me, and also use a girl named Adani, who was a victim of Jean's Dark Phoenix era. So we pick up with that story because Pyrrhus had an ally. That ally was Thanos. So now Thanos is tearing across the galaxy with a classic Thor relic called the Eye of the Warlock, which is giving him an edge in avoiding Jean. So Jean has put together her own version of the Guardians of the Galaxy alongside Nova, which is her, Nova, Rocket Raccoon, Captain Marvel, and Sif. So it's a pretty solid group. I really like this. But we don't really... You'd think from this cover we would get a Thor... I'm not Thor, but a Phoenix versus Thanos arc. And really, it's more like Thanos versus Phoenix for one issue. That's really kind of it, is that the comic really just kind of is more about Jean's war with Adani, and also Pyrrhus's main goal. The comic really just is more about Pyrrhus bringing back his siblings, the Dark Gods, and using Adani to siphon away Jean's power. It's pretty cool. But the one thing is, and and this is kind of not a knock on Stephanie Phillips, but it's more of Jean falls into a pitfall with a lot of other characters that have massive trauma, because we do the same thing with Hal Jordan and Parallax in Green Lantern every so often. Jean falls in that pitfall too, where it's I am the Phoenix, but I'm also Jean Grey, and I am also I've suffered greatly, and I've caused great pain, but that's not who I am. We've done this story since the 90s. Okay? We have straight up done this comic since the 1990s, and it's really bothersome, okay? We can do it. I thought after the whole thing with Fall of X, I thought after the whole storyline of Fall of X that we had basically moved past that. Phoenix, Jean accepted that she is the Phoenix and everything else, but we get that reiteration here. So it's a little but it's not a big thing. I do like the whole connection she has with Adani, and also Adani's we also talk about the trauma of it, and also her trying to accept that Jean is not the Phoenix herself. So that's a neat little spin to it. And how the comic ends of of where we're going next for this final story arc is is going to be really fascinating. And it looks like we're also going to have Jean go head to head with Ego, the living planet. So that's going to be a really cool matchup to see. All in all, I still like this book. It's a little weaker than Volume 1, but it does wrap up what looks to be what Stephanie Phillips just wanted to do, like a 10-issue arc. So we'll see how the last 5 issues of this story arc end. But I still think this is a great comic nonetheless. I still think it was a great series, and I think it's ending a little too soon. But yeah, but if you guys have read this volume of Phoenix, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Chris, thank you as always, brother, for this comic and others. And yeah, other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.